Holy crap, it's January. It came out of nowhere, almost like it does it every time this year. And while we've gone over many of my top coins for 2021, we haven't done a video yet going over my top picks for January. There's still 3 weeks left and plenty of time to get some short-term gains. Because while we are in a bull market, prices are pumping. It's pivotal that you pick coins that outperform the rest. If you do that, you will be able to separate yourself further as the market continues to boom. This is how you go from comfortable to rich. I'm going to show you my secret method for picking these coins, and we will pinpoint exactly which ones you got to add to your portfolio this month. Let's get it. BitSwap is the hottest new way to trade tokens. Crawling all the top decentralized exchanges, BitSwap gets you the very best price and value for your trades. BitSwap is changing the game. Try it now at bitswapdex.io. Welcome to BitBoy Crypto. My name is Ben. Every day on this channel, I show you how to make money in cryptocurrency. If you like money and crypto, make sure to hit that subscribe button. In today's video, we're going to be picking coins based on Token Metrics, a coin research site. This method crushed it in 2020. From February to August, I picked at least 4 out of 5 winners every month, both outright and against BTC. Almost every one of those months, I picked a triple-digit winner, seeing some coins bring almost 300% returns in 1 month. Before I used Token Metrics, honestly, my track record was not stellar, but it's so intuitive that it makes the process of coin research much easier and gives you confidence in your picks. If at any point you want to sign up for Token Metrics, visit tm.bitboy.live. When you sign up, you can get a 7-day trial for less than $5 to see if you like it before you commit to it long term. So as we make this month's picks, according to Token Metrics, it's important you understand where we are in the market because that will indicate which coins we need to be picking or which types of coins. Right now, Bitcoin is basically in price discovery. Once Ethereum hits that point, we'll be in a weird spot. And I believe that will be by January 17th. We will have both the top 2 cryptocurrencies feeling around in the dark for levels of resistance. Once they hit those levels and move sideways for a while, it will be even more advantageous for us to pick much smaller coins outside of, say, the top 50. They will get massive moves every day. But in the meantime, we really need to be leaning on coins toward the top that are showing good numbers from the technical side and have some fundamental characteristics and current events making the short term advantageous. So with those factors in mind, let's jump into my 5 coins, my top 5 coins for January 2021. Coming in at number 5, I have, you guessed it, Ethereum. I could have easily picked this as number 1 as I believe a 30% move is coming within the next 10 days. If you missed my Ethereum prediction video, you can click the link above. It has a lot of great information and you're going to like what you see if you're in ETH. But the issue is, it's so explosive that it could make that move within the 1 day of when I write this video and then when we actually post it, who knows? I don't actually need Token Metrics to make this one pick. You see, Token Metrics is ranking their short-term investments on upside. But I think Ethereum is not only a stellar pick to the upside, but also the downside is very low. I don't think there's any way Ethereum takes a loss this month. By the end of January, Ethereum could be sitting around $2,000 to $2,500. As we scroll through the rankings on Token Metrics, looking for a top flight project, the first one we arrive at is the number 4 pick of the month, PolkaDot. DOT had seemed to stall out on the charts after an amazing rise to glory after its release, but recently the technicals have indicated that it was in the midst of another major breakout. And this is saying a lot, considering it has had a 50% price increase and already is outpacing its major competitor, Ethereum, over the last month. In fact, many people believe DOT is a better version of the older smart contract platform. In a bear market, a 50% increase, though, will be enough for us to short it. But in a bull market like we're in now, where major coins are beginning their ascent to greatness, all we need to do is look for dips after giant pumps. Simple, short corrections. So the encouragement would be for you to wait when selecting coins ripping upwards. Don't FOMO. Just make sure you don't get them at the top of wicks and wait for some sexy red candles. At number 3, and a lot of people aren't going to want to hear this, but I have Bitcoin SV, aka Bitcoin Satoshi's Vision. Now, this is where the tension between what I believe in and what I invest in comes into play. Guys, I'm ruthless with investing. and you should be too. Bitcoin SV is a fork of Bitcoin Cash, which is a fork of Bitcoin. The founder of BSV is the most hated and heinous man in crypto, Craig Wright, who surprisingly has been absent out of the public eye for almost a year now. I'd probably say this has something to do with some legal issues, but honestly, that's purely speculation on my part. I do not believe in Bitcoin SV, but Token Metrics believes that by the end of the month, it will pop upwards of 40%. When you combine the fact this is a top 15 coin that hasn't had a big pump this week like everything else, with the general rule that Bitcoin forks often pump along with Bitcoin, we have a recipe for what could be explosive gains this month. But long term, this is not one I'm holding. This is strictly a money play for January. At number 2, I have Band Protocol, and I'll be honest with you, every time I pick Band for a pick of the month, it's disappointed me. Band, listen, I'm talking straight to you, you sexy Oracle crypto. I need you to pump and pump hard. Got a strict 3 strikes and you're out policy. If you don't do it this time, I'm gonna have to cut you loose. Ask Neo how that works out. Not great. But the fact is, Band is a great Oracle project that is most likely to win out as the second best Oracle project behind Chainlink, and it's gonna eat up some of its market cap. No doubt in my mind. It's just a matter of when is it gonna have another streak where it crushes the competition to make up some ground between it and Link. And it looks like to me, we could be on the cusp of that breakout. Token Metrics shows some of the performance metrics of each project. Another one of its great features you can take advantage of by visiting tm.bitboy.live. But this chart here shows the cumulative returns of Band over the last several months. And what we've just had over the last few weeks looks very similar to the beginning of the explosive rally Band had in August. You see, a long streak of consolidation, and now the breakout is starting against BTC value. I expect Band to start this move in January that will end up with huge gains against BTC and in US dollar value. My number 1 pick of the month is Dash, and this is where a perfect storm of fundamentals and technicals come into play. On the fundamental side, there's a war against privacy coins going on. While Dash has tried to firmly establish itself as a digital payment solution cryptocurrency, many people still consider it to be a privacy coin based on the fact it has a private send feature. The people of the Dash Foundation have seen the light, though, that privacy coins are going to be phased out of traditional trading in many highly regulated countries like the US and Australia. But in the meantime, they are getting swept up. Bittrex actually just announced they would be delisting Monero, Zcash, and Dash on their exchange beginning January 15th. Now I know what you're thinking. This is bad for privacy coins. Well, I brought this up several times. What happens to ammo when chaos or fear takes over the United States, or when overbearing gun haters get elected? That's right. The more they try to suppress guns and ammo, the more scarce they become. People love that Second Amendment, and I'm one of them. With privacy coins, we've seen the same type of action. When fear kicks in and these coins get attacked, the prices rise. Dash is already one of my top picks for 2021, but January is a perfect month to kick it off. The great thing about Dash is, like I mentioned earlier, they're moving away from the privacy branding. So while in the short term they get the advantages of the fear mongering, over the long term, the project will be unaffected. Token Metrics agrees with me. Their AI and machine learning price prediction models, which are generally about 90% accurate, shows Dash having a nice flurry towards the end of this month. So look for this project to have a great start to the year. What are your picks of the month for January? Let me know which ones you agree with and which ones I missed out on down below in the comments. That's all I got. Be blessed. Way out.